From the lands of Egypt comes something special. Every family begins their perfect night with a great meal. And it starts with Mount Sinai olive oil. Taste the quality of premium, delicious olives that are first cold pressed and extra virgin. No matter what's for dinner, Mount Sinai olive oil will be the perfect ingredient to enhance flavor and your health. Excellence has a new name. Mount Sinai olive oil has arrived.
We are here on another episode of the Entrepreneur Kickback, and I'm here with the Andrews family. Oh, I lost them. Hold on, let's bring them back up.
We froze at 5.
Okay, but we still here. We still here. We rocking and rolling. Again, family, I'm here with the Andrews family. We have Entrepreneur Kickback alumni, Mr. Dasus Andrews, with his beautiful family here. First and foremost, can I get an introduction from each of the members of the family real quick?
Sure. I said Aziza. Family name.
My name is Aziza.
Full name.
Aziza Denham Andrews.
And I'm Swad Andrews, the wife.
And I'm Dasul Andrews, the husband and father.
All right. See, now, excuse.
This is the dad.
Yeah. And I.
Andrews.
Team Andrews.
That's right. And it's beautiful. Like y'all have a beautiful family. Let me just say that first for the record.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we're here today. Excuse the camera, y'all. I'm just using my phone now. We just trying to get this conversation going. It's a lot going on in the background for the Andrews family and the Patton family, which my family just left. But we wanted to have this conversation, about entrepreneurship within the family, is because Aziza has written and created a children's book. So this question is for you, Aziza. Well, first, how old are you?
3.
You're 3?
Yeah.
And you wrote a kid's book. Wow. That's awesome. That's amazing. Can you tell me the name of your book?
The Adventures of Aziza Pike Koala Bear, Volume 1.
Can I see it?
Yes.
Hold it up.
Hold it up. I can't see it.
Nothing.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Yvonne Boaz.
So she's the main character. We characterized her as a koala. So we, the parents, characterize her as a koala bear. And so the reason she had a lot to do with the creation of the character. So we included her cousins and everything. And the reason why we took this venture on and, made the investment and everything is because Ziza has been reading and from an early age, I say, 1?
Yeah, 1.
About 1, she was already reading, and all the stories and children's books that we had for her, as she got a little older and her vocabulary increased and her intelligence increased, she started asking more and more questions. And a lot of these stories, we as the parents were some of these things are very dark. and things that we grew up on. So, and so it ultimately led, my wife said, we got to do something and we're going to have to create um, children's books and things that are going to be more positive, more family oriented, more positive, not all the, they got a lot of torn families, a lot of evil this, murder this, that, and children's books. And you don't realize the programming and the conditioning that starts early. So my wife said, we got to do something that's more positive, more family oriented, especially because she's reading and understanding more. So that's what ultimately, that was the seed that was planted, and how, everything came to fruition, and the creation of characterizing her with life stories and her experiences so far at her tender age of 3.
Is this the correct way?
And that's how everything got started.
So you solved your own problem.
In a sense, and then wanted to, include her cousins, her baby cousins, she's a little older. So we said, you know what, we're gonna build something, build a brand, build a franchise, and include her cousins who are like her peers. They're like a year apart. It's just so that's how we put them in and added them into the storyline. So she's always with them, and that especially in the stories, because it just made more bonding, just made more sense. Pay attention, please. And that's how all that came to be.
Yes, we wanted to show family unity.
Family unity. And that's the beautiful part about it, is like y'all were able to create this together. And
she had a lot of hand in it also, because she's very creative.
I like so.
She named all the characters. She knew what animals she wanted to use in the book. She knew what she wanted to name them. She kind of knew the scenery, how she wanted to set the scene. Just her imaginative mind was just so interesting. So I was like, there's no way we can't take all her creativity and put it into something great. And I was like, we can't waste her God-given talent.
And that's beautiful. And so, Aziza, I have another question for you. So I heard your father's reason on why you created the book, but why did you create your book?
Because I understand reading now.
That is the realest answer I ever got doing this. That is the realest answer. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. So like okay. Well, I got another one for you, Aziza. Okay. I was not ready for that. I was not ready. Okay, since you created your book and you came up with all the characters and you characterized the people that you know in real life. So, out of your book, who is your favorite character?
I like Wally.
I'm sorry, one more time. Wally the Wombat. Why do you like Wally the Wombat?
Why do you like Wally the Wombat?
Because he because I really
It's okay, take your time.
Why do you like Wally?
Why do you like Wally the Wombat?
Because I even.
What does he do? You like him.
He He likes to be on the TV. He likes to jump inside the TV and then be a TV character.
Okay.
That's why you like Molly the Wombat?
Yes.
What are the other characters?
Oh,
Tell him some of the names he doesn't know.
Kiki.
Kiki what?
Kiki the kangaroo.
Mhm.
Oliver the wise old cow. Katie the kangaroo. Wait for Kiki.
What other ones? They don't know.
Penny the penguin and Peter the polar bear and Boris the bison.
You got a bison? These aren't your ordinary characters. These aren't the ordinary animals you use. You know what I'm saying? Like a bison?
These are characters that are in like the future stories that are coming out.
Okay,
The
so
main premise of the main characters are herself and her cousins. So hold on, Aziza. So this is her cousin Boaz. That's why he has the B on the shirt. Her baby cousin Boaz, and then Abel is right here, baby cousin Abel. So they're the three main characters, and the characters that she's naming are like the additional characters that they'll encounter depending on where the adventure takes them, different climates, different locations, things like that.
okay, so
She's done some traveling, and that's has added to her experiences and where she draws from when we get the nucleus of the story that is going to be written and fine-tuned.
So you take real life and you make a product out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That's very interesting. And she's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was telling the truth. She's a legit genius. Okay. Okay, okay, you already highlighted. So this is going to be a series. So like within this series, like they're going through certain adventures. Like are you looking for like different messages for like children to like learn from? Or are you just simply like just telling a really good story?
No, because some of the story is showing courage. It's showing them sharing.
Mm-hmm.
What is on the other side?
In the back of it?
And it's showing different cultures because they're traveling to like a different part of the world. So they're tasting different cuisines. So it's showing different stuff. So it's not just geared towards just a regular story that we wrote.
Okay. Very inclusive, diversity, a lot of moral, so from sharing and understanding, respect for parents. We also have a book. We have a bonus book that came out, which had to do specifically dedicated for potty training and going through that lesson. So there's lessons there, life lessons there, and showing the community. Right? So the back of this is volume 1. This is what's getting ready to be released. Like we have pre-orders, all the stuff right now. But she can read the back of this so he can
understand
what the stories are about.
The adventures of Aziza Pike Koala would not just be a tale to be told, but a journey to be faced by every child who joined in the reading. Through Aziza Pike and her cousins, children would learn the importance of kindness, the travel exploration, and the unbreakable bonds of family. With each page turned, there would be reminded that every day holds the potential for a new and wonderful adventure.
So on the back of the book. So that's what she just read. That's on the back.
All right. Oh, okay. Now let's talk about like how could someone following your footsteps? Because you know, we want to share this entrepreneurial energy with other people, and to let you know, to let the listener or the viewer know that you can do it too. So let's talk about what were some of the first steps you had to do to turn the book into an idea to a reality, to that physical book that you got in your hand right now. Like, what was some of the first, let's say, what was some of the first steps? Because I don't know how many steps, but what was the first things you had to do to make sure this product came to fruition?
First step was telling the husband we need to write a book.
That's step one.
That was step one.
Baby, we need to write a book.
We
Okay.
need to write a book because the stuff that we're reading is not cutting it.
Yeah, that was step one. And then coming up with the title, you know, that was coming to an agreement with the title. And there's some background to that too,
To the
like,
title of why we
because this story is actually on our website. But the term koalaing, like we came up with that term just between my wife and I when she was, you know, younger, because like what she's doing now, like she would do it to her, and then and then myself, like when she didn't want to let go, you know, it'd be like we have something to do, like we try to keep a regimented schedule. And then let's say, for example, I'm like, honey, what happened? You didn't come upstairs. And it's like, Aziza's koalaing right now. Like she's not letting me go. So that's how that term came to be. And it's like, okay, well, I gotta wait. You know, we're gonna get ready to run a bath with her, but I can't even put her down because she's koalaing, like hugging, you know. So that's how that term came to be. And then we just started calling her, you know, Aziza by Koala Bear. So that's how that name came. So it was like, let's do something based on that. So that was the foundation for the title, you know, and the characters. And I was like, we'll go with the koala bears. So after that, then it was like, well, what do we want to talk about? And then I was like, well, we're just going to use some of our experiences. You're extremely tired. Koalas do sleep a lot. Not this one, though. This is ironic. But getting the storyline from, you know, drawing from experiences, and creating something that felt very warm, very home, and you get that family blessing, family love, since that's something that we wanted to create. So once we had the stories written down and getting everything fine tuned with the actual text, then it's like, okay, well, now what's the next step? So now we got to create what these characters are going to look like. So now, we started fooling around with different softwares to actually create a character that would not be kind of be cartoonish, but character something that was going to be a very appealing to her age group, you know, when children and warm. You know, so we started doing
Just
different
fingers.
different messing with different graphic programs and you know, and doing it again, you know, through different AI art stuff. We're just trying to create something that was going to finally get something we agreed with. So that took a while. Then once we finally found something that we can go with, now I had to find an actual artist. So we went through a couple of illustrators. So we found an illustrator. We sent them picture ideas, sent them a soft version of what we were looking for, and then we're going through that whole string to get a character and get the details down how we wanted it to appear. So that became a thing. So from the illustrator, then you have to, you know, and then once we had the text, and then you have to combine the two and then get the format. So it's definitely a process and investment. This is just for one book. This is just getting the characters, because you got to get the character, you got to build the characters up, and get the consistency. So that became a thing. So once that formed, then after that, because we're self-published, you have to get your copyright. So you have to get your ISBN, you have to apply for that, get the numbers, get the right files, get the artwork. Once all that stuff is approved, and then you get it in the right format, so you can send that in and solidify your book. So that's why, on the books we have the barcode and everything of that nature. So all of that stuff is registered and copywritten, because that was another thing, was like, we feel like we have a huge potential for, this can be, is a lifelong thing, and creating this type of brand, and you want to make sure you protect it while you're building it. So it was very important that we made those steps, and we was in contrast with the people that we were, from the artists and everything. And so we got the book. Once that was done, then I had to find a printer. So it was like, okay, now then we have the format, so we're shopping around to get the printer. So that became book, and then we're like, well, we want to have it in hardcover and soft cover. We also have ebook, and we have an audio book. So now the audio book, we had to find a voice actor that was going to narrate the story, and we didn't want it to be just a regular basic voice. We wanted something that was very appealing to the masses, and we played around and added music soundtrack to the audio book, so it was more engaging. So the audio book comes with the audio soundtrack and has special effects, so you can hear different things in the book that you don't get just reading it. If you're listening to it, it's just more engaging. But that was a process, going through different voice actors to find something and get everything fine-tuned with that. So we wanted to come out with a book, it's not just a book and hardcover, softcover. We have the ebook for technology, for the tablets, for the kids that are always on tablets nowadays. And we can couple that with an audio book where if you don't want to narrate it or read it, they can play the audio book and follow along with the ebook as well. And that's just a download.
Okay. Okay. Y'all are firing at what I counted, like 5 different cylinders? Just one product?
Well, we got more.
I know. I bet. Y'all don't play around.
This was a full court press on this one.
No, we were like, we started it, and then we're just going to take off running.
And I like something that you said, Dasul. You said this is a lifelong process. So when I hear that, because I know sometimes maybe the person who's giving us our attention, they're probably thinking, well, how much does all of this cost? And it's like, it could cost a lot as far as an investment standpoint. However, again, this is something you invest in at this particular time, and you have it for a lifetime. Like you said, you protected yourself. Y'all have the copyrights. Y'all have the ISBN. Actually, can you break that down a little bit more, like what that is for the listeners?
I guess the United States Library of Congress or something, but it has to do with that, just making sure that your work is protected and copyrighted. And the way you can authenticate that is by assigning a particular barcode that's registered to you. You have to pay for the barcode, pay for the copyright to have that linked to your work. So every barcode is unique. So you have that registered, and that's how you're able to do, as a self-published author, able to sell your product, and you make sure that's your protection because it's registered with the government.
Okay.
So that's how you take care of that.
And where would you go? Like, where would you go to get a barcode and register your intellectual property?
Websites, because it's like its own. So different companies, they'll sell you different packages, depending on what you're looking for. whether it's just one barcode or to whatever you're actually looking, depending on the file, because there's different formats you have to have submitted. Whether you're doing a print book, a textbook, an ebook, audio book, things of that nature. So, but it's really not that difficult nowadays. We have the technology and information resources to get it done. But it's just a question of what you gotta pay for it. It's not free. It's not just, I wrote a book. You want to be, especially if you want to be able to market it and have e-commerce, you got to have certain things protected. Otherwise, you just put a work out there aimlessly and it can be taken over and, you won't get the credit for it. So at least we know that we're protected if anything happened, that, no, this is our work. This is authenticated. Like, we have everything. Like, how you look at like comic books, or you see videos like before they add color and there's the sketches and all, like I have all of that. Like we have everything has been documented process. And another thing I wanted to add that we didn't discuss was, before we made any moves on top of that, we formed a company for it. So everything is under her company, which is, what's the name of the company?
AzizaPie.com.
No, that's the website. What's the name?
Enterprises.
Aziza Pie Enterprises. So we created a company so we can keep everything uniform under that. So that's her brand that we're building. So everything that's associated with the whole brand and characters of Aziza Pie will fall under that. So we wanted to take that step, take that initiative, and create a company that, as she gets older, as mature, as the business grows, that she will really have her hands on and say so as per what's going on, because the character is based on her. So that's what we wanted to just build a brand, not just put a book out. Like, we have a company that everything's going to be tied to in every sense of the way. And and the other thing, what we have is where we worked on a video game. So now that was another investment. So now we're in the beta testing phase of a free video game that will be released for Android and Apple platforms, being that the kids are always on their smartphones or tablets or what have you. So now we want to be able to further emphasize and build a brand about creating a real video game that is engaging, and it kind of mirrors off one of her stories because she loves pirates. So the setting of the video game is her and her cousins. They got kind of like shipwrecked, and she has to rescue her cousins on a pirates island, and it uses clever maneuvering. Like, you have to be somewhat stealthy and know how to maneuver certain things and hit. It's a good game for everyone. And we put a lot of money behind that. We're still in the beta phase, but again, it's more reinforcement for the brand, because the gaming industry, as you know, is its own animal by itself. So we're looking to really capitalize from the book perspective, from the video game perspective, and go from there. And we have a mascot too. Well, we just got the mascot, so that was another reason. And why you have to have certain artists and certain files of the character in the right format to build the mascot the right way. So we have the mascot, and then what we're currently searching for is we're doing screening for child voice actors, because we're looking to get our pilot series for YouTube and have get that 5-minute animated series based on the characters as well, and do a full-fledged production. So little by little, but those are the big things. Like, we really made an investment. As I said, we went all in, hands and feet on this one.
Well, you kind of answered my last question already. What's next for the company? And it sounds excuse me. It sounds amazing, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you guys. I got to start wrapping up soon. So, real quick, if anybody wants to purchase a book, Where can they get a book from? What's the website?
We'll tell them the website.
My website is aziza-pie.com.
Aziza-pie.com?
No, I can't spell.
It's www.aziza-pie.com.
And there it is. You got audio books, we got ebooks, we got soft cover, we got hardcover, we got a video game dropping soon.
Yeah, we
got more volumes coming.
Yeah,
we got volume 2, 3, Potty Book.
So we have volume 1 was available on the pre-order. That's ready. It already has just getting ready to be shipped out. Well, we have volumes 1, 2, and 3 on the site that the public can see, and we'll be releasing volume 2 soon. And the Potty Book as well, because that's something that a lot of parents, 1, 2, 3, that age group, is always going to be necessary relative. So something to help get through it. And looking to have the video game ready by December, by the one definitely. So,
all right, we like it and love it, and I'll make sure, family, I'll leave that information in the show notes so everybody can tap in and we can show support for Team Andrews, who is doing magnificent things,
thank you.
And that's from Aziza Pie to Mount Sinai to your credit repair, to helping people create trust. Like, all of these things are important within our community, and what you guys are showing us is what it actually looks like, and it can be done, and it's beautiful. I'm happy to see it. Because it lets us know that other people can do it too. You can do it. It can happen. It takes some dedication. It takes some hard work.
It takes a lot. Let me emphasize.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of tough times and decisions and stress, man. No sleep, lack of sleep. There's
wanting to give up.
Yeah,
but you just got to keep pushing through.
My wife and I say, we have a thing. We say, you get that I gotta attitude, and then I gotta do this, and it just takes over your day, and it could become overwhelming at times, because it's like you want to take a nap or you want to do this. Like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, and then before you know,
you also have a little one involved that you also have to attend to.
And she's homeschooled.
So I homeschool her as well.
So we didn't address that part, but that's another thing. Like, she's homeschooled, so we have that curriculum, and she's the main teacher. I'm the substitute teacher, because trying to do everything we can, but she's definitely homeschooled, which neither one of us have an official educational background, but we have enough sense, business sense, common sense, and just great
what I
wanted
her to learn as well.
So it's definitely been working and paying off. So, that's something to also consider for, those watching and viewing, especially in light, just as today's times and what's going on in the schools and what agenda that they're trying to push. It just further emphasizes where we're like, listen, we hear it all the time, everything starts at home and starts in the family, and we're living proof of that. And that's why I think, aside from her God-given talent and insight and intellect, is the fact that homeschooling is a big deal. So, it's a big deal, and just making sure that you just keep pushing education and showing her different things, showing your child different things and exposing them to different things, as opposed to just letting them watch TV all day aimlessly, programs that are not really going to enrich them or challenge them. and giving them that experience. So that's why we're drawing from with the books and what that can lead to, on the educational route. And that's why we have different lessons and things that we want to get in position for, aside from traveling. Like, we decided a while ago, like, we want to try to travel as much as possible with her and expose her to different cultures and things.
Yeah, like
early.
Instead of having birthday parties for her, we take a family trip so that she can have a real life experience in different cultures.
She's been to Jamaica, she's been to Puerto Rico, Aruba, Canada, and trying different foods. So we tried to expose her to various cultures, cuisines, and, even language, So my wife is Somalian and she speaks Somalian and Arabic, and myself being Puerto Rican and Black American, I bring in the Spanish into it, and, we talk to her in 3-4 languages, and try to translate different things. So just to get her exposed to it in early, because I feel like if we come from these type of ethnic backgrounds, we're doing a disservice if we don't teach our child how to speak and adapt and know the history, of her background and her culture. So
I agree with y'all 100%. Like, you already at a disadvantage if you're not bilingual. You automatically at a disadvantage. Yes, I'm at a disadvantage. Yeah. So that's wonderful. I would like to have another episode just speaking on homeschooling.
That's great.
Yeah, just speaking on homeschooling, because from my perspective, I've been strongly considering homeschooling my child. I'm not the biggest fan of the educational system. I value it, but I think there's a lot of things that needs to be taught. I like the format, but there's a lot of things missing within that educational system. And by some of the books I've read, it's like, what books, podcasts I've listened to, it's making me think like it's our responsibility to teach our kids. It's our responsibility to teach your kids. Like, and I'm not throwing any shade towards anyone, but if you send a kid to school that's ran by a government, they're going to teach the kids what the government needs. That's what they're going to do. So when I came to that conclusion, I said, oh, maybe I need to homeschool my kid and teach him the things that I want him to learn.
They're just teaching them to condition them to go into the workforce. It's not really teaching them life skills. Because these kids come out and they don't even know what a signature is. They don't know how to sign their names because they're not teaching script in school anymore. So where it says sign, you have 19-year-olds that are just printing their names. And because they were never taught.
And that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah, they took that out of the system for a while now.
Yeah.
That is wild. But no, we could definitely do the homeschool. I'm sorry to cut the conversation short. We did have some technical difficulties in the beginning. But
real life.
Right. And that's why I said we just gonna talk, because this is real life. And I love that y'all pointed out to say how hard it is, that y'all lost sleep, y'all spent a lot of money, and y'all still have a child. So it's like, y'all team no sleep. That's what y'all is. So but all of these sacrifices and investments has paid off to where, you have a book. You have, not only you have a book, you have a company with a product that's protected. Shoot, actually now you're firing at 8 cylinders because you have the company. Boom. The book is attached to the company which you protected the book. You got your copyrights, you got your barcodes, and you're creating new products from the characters. And the characters are intellectual property as well. So you can create merchandise. You can put a Ziza pie on the shirt. You can sell it there. Yep. See? So it's like, it's worth it. It's all worth it. And that's something you have forever. That's something you have forever, unless y'all decide y'all want to sell it or license it out to somebody, whatever y'all want to do. So it's like, it's beautiful to hear like y'all story for creating your story for y'all kid and put it into a book. And it's wonderful. Like, I love to hear it. I love it. I love it. And I'm definitely going to get me like a dozen books as well, because I want to hand them out to my community.
Nah, we appreciate that.
Get the book with the audio, because when you're reading along with the sound effects, it just makes it that much more exciting for the kids.
Okay. One more time. Let's get that website out there for everybody.
Tell them the website.
The website is Dash Pie Enterprise.
No, that's the company.
Dash Pie.
www. Tell them.
www. Dot Aziza dash Pie dot com.
All right. That's amazing. All right. I'm gonna sign out. I just need y'all to stay online so I can finish rendering. This is the Entrepreneur Kickback with Team Andrews, Aziza Pie Enterprises, and we out.
We're done.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the lands of Egypt comes something special. Every family begins their perfect night with a great meal. And it starts with Mount Sinai olive oil. Taste the quality of premium, delicious olives that are first cold pressed and extra virgin. No matter what's for dinner, Mount Sinai olive oil will be the perfect ingredient to enhance flavor and your health. Excellence has a new name. Mount Sinai olive oil has arrived.